Hello to all my good friends. Many of you may have come into contact with the nettle plant while passing through the grassy places. And you have undoubtedly felt irrigation. The algae and stems of this plant irrigates you like a bee that bites, but the tea which produced from this plant can raise your spirits. When you get home after a back-breaking work, a cup of nettle tea is the best suggestion because this tea has anti-inflammatory properties and removes your pains including headaches and the joint pains. It's a little difficult to acquire plant sources of vitamin D, but the nettle has high levels of vitamin D. The superior advantage of the nettle is that it is rich in iron and also vitamin C. Unlike lentils, which have iron, it lacks vitamin C. Vitamin C helps absorb the iron more easily. Therefore, nettle can be one of the best foods to treat iron deficiency anemia. To relieve anemia and enjoy the unique properties of nettle, pour a tablespoon of dry leaves or 2 handfuls of fresh nettle leaves in boiling water and let it brew for 10 to 15 minutes. Nettle stimulates the body's immune system and fights fatigue. In fact, this plant is known for its invigorating and anti-fatigue properties. This plant also contains other vitamins and minerals including vitamins K, B, and A, and minerals such as potassium, manganese, calcium, phosphorus, iodine, silicon, sodium, silica, sulfur, protein, and amino acids. But let's take a look at the other properties of the nettle plant and what benefits it will bring us if we use it regularly. The first property of nettle is detoxification of the body. The beneficial nutrients in nettle make it an ideal detoxification for the body. According to the Journal of the Pharmacology, the nettle plant due to its diuretic properties causes the neutral toxins to be excreted quickly. It also helps the nutrients to be well absorbed in the intestine and the digestion process to be slow. Therefore, it prevents the accumulation of hazardous toxins. It also stimulates the lymphatic system in order to get rid of toxins in the kidneys. The second property of nettle is bone strengthening. Nettle tea is rich in calcium, magnesium, and iron. It also has high levels of vitamin D and K, which help absorb calcium. Magnesium deficiency is related to osteoporosis, and iron deficiency also causes osteopathy. These minerals are existed in nettle to strengthen the bones. You may not have heard of bran, but you should know that one of the most important substances in nettle is bran. Bran helps maintain the calcium content in the bones, so eating nettle slows down the process of osteoporosis. Heart health is a third property of nettle. Nettle contains flavonoids called quercetin and camphorol, which can reduce blood pressure and the risk of cardiovascular disease. Tea, which made from nettle, is a rich source of iron and potassium that can help relieve blood vessels and contribute to the health of the circulatory system process. The treatment of muscles and joint pain is the fourth property of nettle. To be able to reduce joint pain, you need to have an anti-inflammatory diet. Nettle has been used for centuries to treat wounds and muscles and joint stiffness. Those who suffer from arthritis and use nettle besides the anti-inflammatory drugs reduce their need for pills. In fact, this plant with anti-inflammatory properties has the power to eliminate the symptoms of osteoarthritis. Strengthening the immune system is the fifth property of nettle. Flavonoids, carotenoids, vitamin C, and antioxidants are existed in nettle. They protect immune cells from damage. Research shows that nettle can stimulate the activity of immune cells, including T cells. By doing this, your body can more easily fight infections and virus diseases. Digestion boost is a sixth property of nettle. If the inflammation in your body increases, it also interferes with digestive health. In this way, harmful bacteria begin to grow in gastrointestinal tract. Regular consumption of nettle tea with anti-inflammatory properties helps regulate digestion, treat constipation, treat diarrhea, and stomach problems. In fact, this tea destroys germs in your gut and balances the gut microbiome, so you will be safe against diseases such as diabetes, cancer, and autism. Strengthening the health of the kidney and urinary tract is the seventh property of nettle. This plant is a natural remedy for urinary tract infections and prevents the formation of kidney stones. Nettle also has a kidney nature, which means that it helps break down kidney stones and gallstones. According to studies, this plant reduces the production of oxalate crystals in the kidneys. These crystals are involved in the formation of a variety of kidney stones, and as we mentioned earlier, nettle as a modern substance helps to quickly eliminate toxins from the body. Therefore, bladder infection prevents excess fluid retention. Improving the circulatory system is the eighth property of nettle. The combination of vitamin C and iron in nettle is a good stimulant for red blood cell production. Vitamin C increases the absorption of iron in an intestine, and iron is one of the importance of hemoglobin. With increasing the number of red blood cells and with increasing the blood circulation, the wounds heal faster, and also the organs of body receive enough oxygen. Because of this, nettle is recommended for fatigue, general weakness, and headaches. Eye care is the ninth property of nettle. Nettle tea contains large amount of beta-carotene and vitamin A. Both of these ingredients are essential for eye health. Beta-carotene is found in plants and foods in red and orange. Nettle leaves have 10 times more beta-carotene than wheat and barley. This combination acts an important role in promoting health network and ensuring the proper visual response to light. Inhibition of oxidative stress is the 10th property of nettle tea. Special antioxidants in nettle tea that prevent oxidative stress. Actually, this oxidative stress is a form of decay in a body during which cells break down and are unable to function properly. This stress is usually caused by free radicals and uncharged cells and easily attached to human cells. In fact, there are factors that cause debilitating nerve diseases. With nettle tea, prevent this oxidative stress. Stopping the abnormal growth of a benign prostate is the 11th property of nettle, a disease that is common in the elderly. An enlarged prostate that causes symptoms such as urinary incontinence, urinary tract infection, and kidney stones. Nettle tea can be a cure for this problem or even an alternative to chemical drugs. In fact, nettle tea will somehow prevent such a problem in men. Improving women's health is the 12th property of nettle tea. This plant can reduce painful premenstrual symptoms such as cramps and bloating. It can also reduce menstrual bleeding due to contraction in the arteries. This plant is invigorating and can relieve transient and distressing states due to hormonal changes in women that occur during menopause. Pregnant women should not use this tea because it causes uterine contractions and can lead to miscarriage. Due to its high levels of vitamin A and K, this plant may interfere with blood thinners, and people with high blood sugar should not drink this tea because it causes severe high blood sugar. Especially nettle tea with blood sugar drugs can cause low blood sugar and will cause dizziness and fainting. Arthritis medications, inflammation medications, blood pressure medications, and lithium can also be treated with nettle. If you have such problems, please consult your doctor before use. Thank you very much for your presence on the channel, and please be sure to accompany us with your comments and suggestions. Until another visit, I'll leave you dear ones to the great God.